Hey everyone, this is Travis from the Steel Magnolia, and this presentation is regarding the installation of my SSO hidden winch mount for my 2006 Lexus GX470. It really wasn't that difficult of an install. I was following the instructions provided, and once I got everything off, started looking, everything made sense. Did the basic install. We had a little issue with some of the hardware, but that was resolved and moved right ahead with the installation. I did do just a rattle can paint job using Rust-Oleum, and was very pleased with that. Right here you'll notice the little toggle. We're going to be talking more about that in just a little bit. So let's talk about the clutch handle. This is a bit of a problem, and you have to reach in and behind the metal bar to disengage or engage the clutch itself on the winch. For me, I felt this had the potential to be a problem, so I wanted to find a much simpler way to approach this. In years past with winches, you've had problems where they get a little age on them, they get a little dirt, things get tight, and the clutch handle can be very difficult to move, especially if there's any type of a load on it. Fortunately, you can run the winch in or out to help relieve that. But what I did was install a small leverage handle. Was not a big deal in putting this together. But what I did find that it allowed me to easily turn the handle because of the additional leverage. When the handle is in the forward position, that's the free spooling, and that was really hard to reach under and around to get to it. Okay, so I used a thin wall PVC pipe. This is 3/4 inch. And I used a T which actually slips over the toggle handle or the clutch handle, and then just glued PVC pipe on each end. That worked out really well. I did cut the pipe to length, and it allowed me to be able to reach behind and easily turn the clutch handle from the free spooling to the locked or the engaged position. Now it does wobble in this video, and after I put a set screw in it, that tightened it up, and so basically the wobble stopped. But this is where you have to reach in to do everything, and if you were just trying to turn the little toggle handle, you could see where that has the potential to be a problem. But this solved it and was quick and easy, and fortunately didn't cost a thing because I had all the parts in my shop. So very happy with that. Now, let's move on and take a look at another issue I had, and this was the spacing between the front fascia and the bumper itself. I ended up with a 9/16 inch gap between the SSO mount and where the bumper fascia comes down. Okay, so this is where the Fairlead is going to mount. So what I did, I considered a number of different things, and I ended up welding a grade 8 nut on the back. Okay, and I had some washers in the shop, so I took and I decided the larger this area would be, the more protection you would have with it up against the bumper to keep it from cutting into it or whatever, depending on how tight things were pulling, as far as the torque on the bolts. But anyway, I just tacked those together loosely and then tacked them to the frame itself, and getting ready to paint them, and I think that's going to work out really well, so I'm very pleased with that. This is the control box for my Smittybuilt winch, and you can see where I mounted it. I'm using stainless steel ties on it because that just worked out really well. and put a little rubber cushion on there. Just split some hose. It's snugged up against it very tight, and I have access to the remote right here. That actually put it a little bit higher and allows me easier access to it. Basically the straps are crisscross underneath, and they also go through plastic tubing just to help cushion and isolate everything and make sure it stays nice and snug. Well, thank you for taking time to look at this video presentation, and I hope that you enjoyed it. Hope that it was beneficial in some way. Sending all my thanks. This is Travis from the Steel Magnolia.